Well, Laura Ingraham is getting very nervous about what is going to happen to Republicans in November. And I think she recognizes to a degree she's been involved enough in the Republican hijinks, standing there behind Fauci when Fauci was testifying and standing up and demanding an apology. She's visible enough as an antagonist that she may be worried she could end up in the crosshairs of Democrats if and when they take control of the House. And she believes she has come up with a brilliant strategy for saving Republicans. And that strategy is just start lying to people. She's talking about the midterms. She admits Republicans could be headed for a brutal election. And then she says, here's what Republican candidates need to tell voters. Take a listen. And it's basically all lies. Her big plan is just lie to voters.
I disagree with the conventional wisdom. I think you have to hammer them every single day until November. Cannot wait. These consultants drive me nuts, okay? They fly around in private jets. They collect a huge amount of money. And I think they're lying to these Republican candidates. This is going to be a brutal cycle. Republicans might pull it out. We all hope they do. But they have got to hammer that they're coming for your money, your gas-powered car, your air conditioner, everything you love, your private health insurance, and they're going to take it from you. Period. End of story. I'm sorry I'm getting mad, but I mean, I guess I should be a consultant or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I should be a consultant. This is such a good idea. Now, notice what she doesn't say. She doesn't say, Republicans simply need to convince voters that Trump's policies have improved their lives. And that's not true. So it would be a very hard thing to convince voters of. Republicans need to explain to voters how the economy is working so well for them. Well, it's not. So that wouldn't be true. Republicans need to show voters how they are going to lower their health care costs. Well, they haven't, and they're not going to. Instead, it's the same stupid lies that Trump was telling about Joe Biden in 2020. They're coming for your air conditioner. Trump tried that in 2020. It was stupid. Joe Biden won. You won't be able to have indoor heating or cooling, Trump tried saying. Nobody believed it. It's ridiculous. Democrats are going to take your house and they're going to take your money and they'll say you can only have an electric vehicle and they're going to rip out the air conditioner and cancel your health insurance on the way out. That's her big strategy. And what is fascinating about it is that it proves that what I've been saying for months is right. It's not like a pat on the back. It's just been so obvious. If Republicans had accomplishments to run on, they wouldn't need to run on concocted, fabricated fear mongering about what Democrats are supposedly going to do, even though they had a chance to do it already and they didn't do it. Remember, Obama's going to take all the guns. More guns proliferated during Barack Obama's 8 years in office. And even months before he was leaving, it was Obama's going to take your guns. He had been there 7 3/4 years and no guns were taken. So there is no case to be made about all of the great things Republicans have done for people because Republicans in the last 2 years haven't done a damn thing for people. They've done stuff, I guess, for big corporations and the very wealthy, but nobody else. So instead, she goes, just start hammering this stuff. And it is all lies. In other words, scare the hell out of people with things that we all know are never going to happen. And the reason it's going on is they know they have a massive problem going into these midterms. And she admits it. And MAGA Mike Johnson has alluded to it. They all kind of know it. She says this could be a brutal cycle. Gas prices, which Republicans spent years blaming on Joe Biden, have gone up. And it's a big problem for Trump because he said they would come down. The latest government data simply don't support Trump's claims that they've fixed consumer prices and consumer prices are coming down. Healthcare is not exactly an obvious Republican strength. Republicans allowed those enhanced Affordable Care Act subsidies to expire. People are paying more. And they are now so worried about healthcare politically that Trump's operation has been telling Republican senators, you got to talk more about what we're doing on healthcare. The problem is they're not doing a damn thing. So what do you do when reality is politically difficult? According to Laura Ingraham, you just tell voters Democrats are going to take your air conditioners. They're going to be gone. And they're going to take your pickup truck and it's going to be gone and all of that stuff. Now, there are legitimate policy disagreements. So what I mean by that is between Republicans and Democrats. Democrats generally are in favor of more aggressive climate policy than Republicans. That's true. Some Democrats want to move away from gasoline-powered vehicles over time. I think at some point we're going to look back at the idea of taking fossil fuels out of the ground, transporting them around the world, refining them into gasoline, putting them into cars, and then everybody's driving around with carcinogenic trash coming out of their exhaust pipes. We're going to look at that as crazy. At some point, that's going to be crazy. We're going to move away from gas-powered vehicles. But Democrats aren't going to take your gas-powered vehicles next year if they take control of the House and Senate. That's insane. You have people who support Medicare for all, and you have people who say, I have other reform ideas that I would want to use to change private insurance. Fine, that's a debate. That is very different from telling tens of millions of people. Actually, that's not true. Telling maybe it's 500,000 people. I don't know how many are watching this crap, but there are people watching Fox. Telling people that Democrats are going to take everything you love. It's not an argument. It's just propaganda. And what is revealing is the desperation behind it, because they used these exact same lies before and they didn't work. And what Laura Ingraham is effectively acknowledging by reviving these talking points is that the problem Republicans are facing is so serious that there is no positive case they can make about what they've accomplished to convince people to vote for them. So they go with the oldest political trick imaginable, which is, instead of convincing people that we've made their lives better, because we haven't, we're going to convince them that the other side is going to completely destroy their lives and their money and their car and their air conditioner and their health insurance and everything that you love. And she believes if they repeat it again and again and again between now and November, voters will forget that the people in power have done nothing for them, and they will put them back into power because they're so afraid of what Laura says Democrats would do. That tells you she has zero confidence in the other approach, which is judge Republicans on what they've done and vote accordingly. If Republicans had improved the lives of people, that's all you would need to do. You would say, we all know that you all know you're better off today than when Joe Biden left office and Donald Trump came in. Just vote based on how your life is going. They know that that's risky because people's lives on average have gotten worse. So instead, they're going with this crap. Lie, make it up. We have to make sure that they wake up that Wednesday in November miserable from the electoral beating that they took. Appreciate you watching. Stick around for this next video, and don't forget to hit subscribe so you actually see our uploads. You can also catch the full podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.